What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We have some really exciting news today. We ended up getting our first battle card. So joining us for today for this video is me, Dave. The rest of you boys, say hello.
Hello.
Hey, it's me,
It's me, Shane.
but it's me, Steven.
With that being said, though, we do have one of the battle cards that got leaked this morning. So actually, it looks like it got dropped a little bit before Wizard of the Coast intended it to. Without further ado, we do have Invasion of Zendikar. This is 3 and a green for a battle siege. It says, as a siege enters, choose an opponent to protect it. You and others can attack it. When it's defeated, exile it, and then cast it transformed. It says, when Invasion of Zendikar enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle, and it enters with 3 battle counters. The flip side of this card is the Awakened Skyclave. It is a creature elemental. It's a 4/4 with vigilance and haste, and says as long as it is on the battlefield, it's a land in addition to its other types, and you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. What do we think about this?
I think
Great.
it's really strong. Yeah, right, Steven? It's really strong.
I mean, it's a great card, man. I mean, you get a card, it gets you 2 basic lands, you come in tapped, and then once it dies, you get a creature.
That's all that it does. I do think it's a little weird. So we speculated on the battles for a while, right? We talked about it. We made a video about it. This in particular doesn't really feel like that tug of war we talked about because you're giving it to opponent. Their only incentive to block it is to not give you a 4/4. There's no other upside to that for them. And then when it says anyone can attack it, but like if we're in a 4-player Magic, who else is attacking this? No one's gonna want to give you a 4/4, right?
I think you bring up a really interesting point there. And one of the things that I saw whenever I noticed this card is the siege subtype. And that kind of makes me feel like there's probably going to be different kinds of battles out there. So instead of just like battle siege, it might be like a battle defense or a battle attrition or something like that. So there could be other variants of these kinds of cards that maybe somebody else does want to attack into. Maybe something that like you play it and you keep it on your own, and then they end up attacking to kind of like shut it down or turn it off or
Right.
something. There could be other ways for these kinds of cards to interact. At least that opens up for more design space later on down the road.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm really excited just because, like, with this kind of battle, at least from what we're seeing, it's almost like you want this to get attacked.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Rather like are they going to have battles that you want to keep around? Because as we've kind of now realized after watching a couple videos and reading some things that these battles have counters on them. So as Shane stated, a little bit before when we were discussing this, proliferating is going to be a really important thing. Possibly, maybe you can make this so an opponent might not ever be able to see the light of day on their other side of the card. I don't know.
It's true. I kind of like this. I think it's gonna slow down Magic possibly. What do you think, David?
That actually was one of my biggest criticisms of this whenever I was looking over the card is in a way, like you're getting a battle. I don't think you're gonna get like the tug of war that we were originally imagining. But when you're playing this, you're kind of pseudo giving your opponent 3 life because now you're gonna devote 3 combat damage or 3 just damage in general towards this battle instead of towards their life total. So
Right.
like is this going to slow down Magic? And this is just an uncommon too. I mean, who's to say that there aren't other battles out there that have 5 or potentially even more battle counters or life or whatever we want to call it on those cards?
Very true. I mean, I guess it just slows down the game as much as a Planeswalker kind of would, right? Because Planeswalkers again adds to the health pool of the player. I like them though so far overall.
I think it's one of those things where, like, I understand what you're saying about it. It adds to the health pool of the player, but I think it might actually be the other way around. I think this might kind of take away because, like, if I'm your opponent, I'm not swinging at this.
That's true. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I mean, I'm swinging at you.
That's
Well, yeah, if you're the opponent, obviously, like you're not going to swing, but like the player who plays this is kind of giving their opponent that 3 life because you're going to want
Yeah.
to swing at this to be able to flip it. So like
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of like the hidden mode on this card. This is 4 mana for your 2 lands, potentially getting a creature, and your opponent gains 3 life.
Pseudo.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I've seen people compare it to like a explosive vegetation with a lot of upside. I can see the comparison there.
Yeah. I mean, a 4/4 with vigilance haste, and that's a mana dork. I mean, it's pretty good.
I do have kind of like 2 critiques just from the design of this. Number 1 being the name of it, Invasion of Zendikar. This was when we talked about it previously, kind of like the one thing I really didn't want to see was that these be like planar specific because I see that yes, okay, you make them a whole cycle and you have one for a bunch of different planes, but my thing here being is like how open is that design space to whenever we are moving on from the Phyrexian conflict, when we move into like Eldraine, for example, later on, are we still going to have battles? And if that point, like what is the how are they going to work and how are they going to operate there? I just feel like Invasion of Zendikar is, I don't know. I hope the rest of them are not called Invasion of Tarkir and Ravnica and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
But going off of like, I mean, CGB, if you guys, at home watch any of his content, he actually posted something on a secondary channel where battles were revealed was the name of the video. I'll just read a quick sentence just because it kind of like adds to what we're talking about. Each battle in March of the Machine is transforming double-faced card. The front faces, the faces you cast, are the first permanents to feature beautiful landscape art, landscapes being attacked. But as you'll see, that's thematic. So I mean, maybe that's just thematic to this set, just because that's kind of where we're at right now.
Hopefully. I do want to see it transform into something else, like you said, though, Dave.
Well, it's just that like whenever it's like Invasion of and then insert name of plane, I feel like it kind of creates a little bit of a weird space. Like initially, yeah, you can design a bunch of them because from a storytelling perspective, Phyrexia has been invading all these other planes. But like as we move forward, this isn't just going to be a new card type that's just like a one and done that they're going to drop. Like we're going to continue to see battles in the future. So to see like how they're going to shift that, I don't know. From my perspective, it's a little bit weird. The second critique that I had just briefly wanted to talk about with this too is with this being a landscape card, I know that this is going to affect you whenever it comes to like playing in arena, but playing in paper, playing in person, do you think this is going to be a little bit of a tell as to like getting information from your opponent's hand? They're going to look at their hand and they're going to be like, okay, well, let me double check what this card does. Let me look at my
Turn-
card sideways or like
turn
kind
my
of tilt
head,
my head
yeah.
a little bit.
Maybe a little bit, actually, yeah. That's funny. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, my question is, what I kind of wanted to bring up is like, since we were talking about this before and how we want to kind of talk about during the video. I mean, David, you were bringing up that there's how many of this in the set? Because you went by like set numbers and colors.
There's, I think, like 30. I don't remember the exact number, but they confirmed that there were going to be like some number around 30 in the set in total. And those are going to be I'm assuming all flip cards and one per each of like the different planes that are being invaded. And I'm assuming we're probably also going to get different rarities on it too. Like I can only imagine that like we're going to get like an invasion of, I don't know, New Capenna would probably not be an uncommon given its importance in the storyline.
Well, I mean, the card we found in the trash, dude. We look back at the number and the rarity symbol. That was a rare, and it was 191. This is 194, so another green card. That's a rare in this set.
Yeah, and I don't 100% remember. I'm pretty sure, however, that we are going to be getting one of these per pack. I think
Yeah.
they're going to be like the same seeded situation we've seen in the past.
That could make sense since they're trying to push this new card type. But I'm interested, dude. Tomorrow's going to be a big day to see more. Hopefully they reveal a handful more of these.
Yeah, I really want to see what a rare or a mythic a battle would look like.
Me too.
All right, well, if we don't have any other thoughts on it, then yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So do us a huge favor. Let us know down in the comments below. What are your thoughts on these battle cards? Do you agree with any of our thoughts or opinions? Let us know down in the comments below. And as always, please make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and then follow us on our other social media platforms. We are on Instagram and also on TikTok at Guys That Magic. Till next time, I said Instagram.
I know you did. I'm going to leave it in.
Instagram.
I'm saying bye now. Bye.
Bye.
Later.